in the world, there are so many new places, new opportunities, and new ways that we can actually reapproach what it is that we're doing. And if you're not innovating, you might be at a really bad place. This right now, this place where we have access to AI and all these other tools is the age of the innovator. It's the age of the entrepreneur. And it's the age of the authentic person. But my question is, and what we're going to be looking at today is, how do you know when you just need to stay put? And how do you know when you need to innovate? Change something up, whether it's within what you're doing or change what you're doing altogether. How do you know? So we're going to look at that. You're going to know by the end of this whether you need to be looking at something new or changing into something new. And then we're going to look at the method of how you can actually take your talents and mix them to meet the opportunity that is in front of you. It's called the AIR method, AIR, and it's a simple way that you can make sure that you are in tune with who you are and what you're made to do, so that you can work joyfully towards what you're trying to create. So before we do that, I have to talk to you about the story of there was this guy that Disney brought in. His name was Jeffrey Katzenberg. And you may or may not remember this, but back in the 80s and 90s, well, we'll say 80s, 70s, 80s, Disney had gone through a slew of kind of trash movies in the box office, maybe similar to what we've been seeing recently. And along comes this guy named Katzenberg, and they bring him on, and he changes everything. He makes sure that the stories are on point. He makes sure that they're only going to be doing the best animation. And something brand new is about to happen that probably feels normal to you now. They were going to join the best in class at song creation, so that these Disney movies became almost like animated musicals. And so here you have hits like The Little Mermaid. Oh wow, I just now realized, thank you, someone. Good God. I'm not sure why this is really odd. Someone just letting me know that my sound, can someone give me a thumbs up if the sound is okay? Like everything looks like it's on, but apparently it's not. Someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Sounds like it might be echoing. This sucks. Huh. Go figure. Check, 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 check. Oh, you got hands up. All right, so we actually can hear. Yeah, thank you. Sometimes things happen. If this microphone doesn't tune in quickly, Camlink, that's an odd one for it to. Wow, all kinds of tech going on. Tell you what, I'm gonna do this one though. Let's see if we can get this one going on. So as Katzenberg steps in, and I'm just gonna wing it until we get there. It's no big deal, right? So Katzenberg steps in, and as he steps in, we start getting hits like The Little Mermaid. We get The Lion King. We get Toy Story was Pixar. All of these, like, suddenly Disney becomes something that it hadn't been before, and it's back on the charts. It's resurrected from the dead. And here's the crazy thing. So Katzenberg actually asked for a raise. He's like, I want royalties from these movies. And they said no, they let him go. And he ends up getting recruited. He joins Steven Spielberg. And when he joins Steven Spielberg, they create a little group called DreamWorks. And he completely reimagines things again. And what he reimagines is he reimagines a fairy tale and creates $1 billion movie empire in the process. And of course, if you've seen Shrek 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, however many Shreks there are and ever will be, then you're seeing Jeffrey Katzenberg and DreamWorks poke fun back at Disney. And the reason I share this is because you might be in a place to where you need to innovate, you need to renovate, you need to recreate, and maybe you need to flip things over on their head. Maybe you need to reimagine, the Three Blind Mice, Pinocchio, and all of the other things that are there. Okay, cool. Now it looks like my actual microphone is on. Someone give me a thumbs up if you can actually, if you can still hear me. Hopefully this sounds even better than what you heard before. Hello, hello, hello. No checks. No thumbs up. Someone give me a reaction if you can hear me. And I'm talking. Okay, Q&A. Sound went out. That is why I ask. Let me try one more time. Can you hear me now? Someone throw it in there now. Am I still here? Hello, 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 hello. All right, I'm just gonna go back to this. I think I'm on my, this is probably the trashiest sound that you're ever gonna hear from me. I don't know what's going on, who knows? But we're here. And here's the thing, sometimes you just roll with the punches, right? And that's what we're gonna do. This is just the weirdest thing. You know what, let me go here. All right, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm holding my microphone up from my phone. This is a built-in microphone. So the whole thing is, though, is that a recreation happened. Now, how do you know if you're at your Jeffrey Katzenberg moment? Let me give you one more example, and then we're going to move on. Howard Schultz, he went to Italy, and he saw something happen in these espresso shops. And when he saw it, he loved it. He loved it. He wanted to recreate it. He called it the third space. There is the workplace, there is the home place, and then there was this third place where people would gather and congregate and stay. And of course, these are coffee shops. He came back to America and he found a local bean roaster, Starbucks coffee. They weren't big, they weren't great. They made, I guess, coffee that he liked, and he wanted to buy them. But he wanted to reimagine. He didn't just want to create another Dunkin' Donuts. He didn't want to create something that was going to, just be another coffee shop. He wanted to create the third space. And when he did that, he's able to charge like 5 times more for a cup of coffee. The reason I'm sharing that is because you have what it is that you need to create whatever it is that you want. And I don't know what industry you're in. I don't know what geography you're in. I don't know where you're at, but I'm telling you, you have a very unique opportunity, a very unique set of skills, gifts, and talents that enable you to connect with opportunity unlike anyone that's ever been before you or unlike anyone that will ever be after you. You have a unique opportunity, and I want you to see it. I want you to see it because we need your gift. We want your gift. So how do you know if it's time for you to make the shift? I'm going to give you 3 ways to know, and I'm going to ask you these 3 questions. Ask yourself, first off, do I feel like I'm called to do this? Are these the people that I'm called to serve? Does this feel like, maybe I always imagine myself helping kids or doing something with kids, and here I find myself here. Does it feel like it's what you're called to do? And if it doesn't, well, maybe reconsider. Maybe it's time to remix your scenario. Okay. The next one is it working? Is what you're doing working? I have a lot of people who are in the mortgage industry, and what y'all did a year ago or 3 years ago isn't what's going to work today. It just isn't. So maybe if it's not working, you need to find another way to do it or find something else to do, but find another way to do it. Is it working? So that's the first question. The first question is it your calling? Next one is it working? And the final one is it fun? Do you feel your work, or are you a dead man walking? Are you alive when you're doing what you're doing, or are you vacant, checked out? Those are 3 serious questions to ask yourself. Now, let's just say you're looking at yourself. You're like, I do feel like I'm called to something else. This isn't working and this isn't fun. I've got to tell you, my friend, you're actually at a beautiful space. This is a place where good things happen. It was in this place that I found my remix. And that was the year 2017, I want to say, maybe 2018, 17. We were in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And 3 days in a row, when my work wasn't working, I was not getting new clients. What I was my aggressive sales tactics were not working. My kids asked me, did I like what I was doing? So it wasn't working, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't working, it wasn't fun. If it wasn't working, it wasn't fun. It was time for a change. And guess what? That moment found me. Maybe that moment's finding you right now. I went from what I thought I had to be, because I committed to it for so many years, to the me that I love to be, the one that I wanted to be. And guess which one got me the results? The one that I wanted to be. And I didn't change jobs, I just changed myself. And that changed how we did the job. Now, eventually it did work out, and I did change, jobs, or I changed, some ways. But what do? You know that it's time for you to have that explosion. I'm going to tell you that this is identity first is going to be a big key for you. And sometimes it's just as easy as becoming the person you want to become. For those of you who are joining, microphones are out, technology is running awry, the gremlins got in, and now I'm using my phone as my microphone. Isn't that funny? So here's the AIR method. 3 steps for you to remix your talents and reposition yourself. Because again, you're in a unique place. You have a unique set of gifts, skills, talents, and opportunities to connect with people unlike anyone that's ever been or ever will be. So here's what you need to do first. Number 1, assess. AIR. Assess, investigate, remix. Okay. So assess is this. You're going to look at your talent pool. All of the things you're good at. We've talked about this. This is your work talent. This is your everything that you are personally interested in, the things that excite you. We're going to go through the 3 C's, like the things that spark your curiosity, the things that you create or cause you to be creative, and then how you connect with people. Do you lead? Do you listen? Do you teach? Do you heal? All of these things are all considered assets. They're ingredients in the kitchen of your career. You can remix those at any time you want. Okay? So we get this, and for those of you who haven't done this, send a message, just send a text message to me, especially like for those who are in coaching, book it, send it, and let's find a way to remix it. If you've already got this, jump on this at the end of this and we can actually coach you through it. Come up with opportunities or alternatives. But I really like to say assess it. And then I like to find, we investigate. And by investigating, investigate the opportunities that are there. And what I would say is go to AI. I was with someone yesterday and they were like, oh, AI is like, it's the devil. And it's going to take away all human creativity. And I believe it doesn't. I think it amplifies it. I think it gets us out of our own way and simplifies something and allows us to make a path forward, making something possible and probable and finally inevitable. But I would take my skill set, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. I have 2 prompts, by the way, that I've actually designed. One for people who are looking to innovate within your career, and others who are looking to innovate and think of other opportunities outside of your current career. Okay, and I think even if you're not planning to leave what you're doing, it's always smart to be doing that, to be thinking that. Because if you think that whatever it is that you do for work right now is going to look the same in 2 or 3 years, if you're a white collar, high skill person, a knowledge person, you are highly mistaken. So you better get really good at reimagining how it is you can use your talent and reuse it and remix it. So that's what we're doing here. So get the skill bank, get all of those things together. Then we're going to ask AI. And so I'll pull up the prompts. But here's what I would do. I would put together something for me personally. I would say, well, I'm good at talking. I'm good at teaching. I love kids. I love creating experiences. I'm great at creating curriculum. I'm energetic, enthusiastic. So I would go through those things. I'm curious about history, etymology, and word creation. I'm curious about helping people to find knowledge and revelation. I'm curious about Christianity and spiritualism and connecting, partnering in business with God. Those are my curious. I create curriculum. I create videos. I'm creative with stories. So go through the whole list. Where you live, by the way, is an asset. I live in a high traffic area where a lot of tourists come. I live by the ocean. So it's like where you live can be an asset. I have 8 children. I have 30 years of marriage to the same woman. Those are assets. All of these things, these uniquenesses, you build it up in a bank. And then you're going to go into, I should have had this pulled up, but I didn't. So you're just going to be okay with it. You're going to go into ChatGPT or whatever your favorite AI is. And we are going to, let's see, PROMPT. I asked it to help me with this prompt. So that's why I know it's good. And bear with me. Basically, I'm gonna run it through and say, hey, for someone with this skill set, I want you to find other opportunities and other ways that I could use that. It might be something that is emerging, something that is that's going to exist in a year, or something that is like, help me to find new opportunities and new ways for me to reuse these same ingredients. So that's the investigation part. And then finally, the R, we're gonna call that the remix, okay, or reimagine, okay, and that means that you're taking your ingredients, you're taking suggestions from AI. It's saying, hey, you could cook these meals, and then you're going to reimagine, you're going to remix, and you're going to choose. You're going to say, like, what feels good to my spirit based on everything I've just looked at, everything that I saw. Is there a path forward, or was this an ideation phase? I was just coming up with ideas. Because here's the thing about ideas, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to commit to ideas. But if you're not going to generate them, you're never going to find the ones you should be committing to. So get in the process, get in the practice of coming up with new ideas. And some of those need to involve you. And for you coaches on here, you need to be doing this for yourself because you're doing it for other people. Be the first to eat your own medicine. Be permission. Do whatever you wish to give others permission to do. So I'm seeing some Q&As. I don't know if that means that no one's been hearing me this whole time. Sound went out. Now I'm back. Okay, cool. I just now noticed that. All right. So I've gone through that. I hope this helps. It's the AIR method. Get to the place where if you need to remix, great. If you do, use the AIR method. And hopefully that's going to help you to reposition yourself to your calling so that your gifts are meeting your people and what you do feels like magic, okay? Because you got something unique in you. Now, if you got something, throw your hand up. And of course, I'd love to be able to dial your personal, whatever it is that you have going on. Let's remix your situation here. That's what this is about. So I'm going to go into, stop recording. Stop recording. I'm going to go into, I'm changing mics, so hopefully this works. And so if you have something that you'd like to bring to the table, anything you'd like to get coached on, throw it in here. Again, this is the opportunity for check. Hello. Hello. There we go. if this is if you've got something, throw it in and put it in the Q&A. If you want something, you can raise your hand. For those of you who are here, I'm going to stop broadcast on live stuff, and then yeah, let's see, restream. But if you do, as I'm looking away and stopping our live stream, if you do, I'm just going to say ahead of time, like, we appreciate you, we celebrate you because together we're better. And the truth is like we're all different versions of the same person. And whatever you've got going on, we've got going on. And it's important for all of us. It's good for all of us to do this thing. Let me go here. So funny. I have this whole Find More Flow workshop. I'm gonna hit. Yeah, actually, I don't even know how to stop this. So I guess we're gonna keep going. If you got something, throw it in here. I'll figure out how to stop this the live broadcast a little bit later on. But I will chop it off so it won't be in the deal ago. So if you got something, throw a question in. Raise your hand. I will bring you up. I do have one little story I wanted to share. Like, obviously, I like to share stories. Two stories, by the way. This is the guy that I went to. This has been really sparking my mind with this. This guy. We watched him play in a very small venue. Signed my album that I bought for $60 or $80 or whatever it was. The best thing that he could offer me was something old in terms of what he was selling. So people buy tickets to go there, and then he sells us, sells the vinyl to the show, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. But he didn't. At the end, when I interviewed him and asked him, like, tell me about what it's like, like playing in your calling, working from your gift. He kind of went through all the bad parts. You could tell he didn't like the things that he felt like he had to do. And my response, like deep inside, that irritated me. Not, listen, he's doing what he thinks he's supposed to do, but he said, I just have to shut up and do what I need to do in this industry because it's going to go on without me. It doesn't need me, but I want to be here. So I guess I just have to do the job. Even if that means being away from his family, even if that means, not creating, like not having kids, even if that means like all of these things. And so he's a slave to his gift. I just think there's so many different things we can do today that we couldn't have done 10 years ago. And this guy absolutely has access to things. He's an American Idol winner. Absolutely has access to recreate in a different way. And maybe I need to reach out to him just because it's been bothering me so much. But I don't want to be that guy. Listen, almost all of my financial everything that I do comes from executive level coaching. And I can tell you that some of the value propositions I offer are easily replaced by AI. Easily. And that means that my vocation is not a coach. My vocation, my calling is an encourager. It is a teacher. It is a connector. It is a listener. I think I'm really good at seeing gifts in people, helping them to create process from it. But I think AI can do some of that. I call out greatness in others. I see there's certain things that I do that AI can't. And the point is that person, that vocation could do 10,000 different things. So I have to be creative with what I'm doing in the future too, because it's not going to look the same. It can't. Maybe what you're doing can't look the same either. So that was Lee. Oh, I'm not going to go into the guy's name. So that's one story. The other one is, if you got anything, again, throw the hands up in the air like you just don't care, because like that's what we do, or like maybe like you just do care, because we do. So here is the let's see, YouTube. There's a little side project I've been doing that's been a reimagining of me. I love encouraging others. One of the ways that I like to encourage others is to tell stories. And so I've been going around collecting these, and then and by we, it's myself and my son, have been 5 weeks into trying to master this and put videos out. We have like 20 videos we've done. Good. All right, we got a hand up. 55 subscribers. And this is I'm not trying to get rich on YouTube or become a YouTuber or any of those things. I'm trying to master a form of communication. We already have our first 16,000 view video, which is not the one I thought it would have been, but we do have one. And by the way, subscribe. Just if you're a YouTube listener, just look up Treasure Bringer. It's all one word, Treasure Bringer, and you will find this AI image of me and these lovely stories. That this is a bit of my recreation. And when we master this stuff, I'll get to 100 stories. When we master these things, I will be bringing it over into my main channel, which is School of Professional Design, which you guys have been familiar with. So it's just fun. Like we get to have fun. I don't need to hinge my life on this, but this is an iteration of who I am. It's an iteration of who I am. What about you? How could you remix? So your ship hasn't sailed. Your time is not up. Let me throw in. All right, we got a hand up. I'm feeling a little saucy. Let's take a chance. And I'm going to, Brandon, you're allowed to talk. I'm going to allow you to talk. And you can hop on in. You can talk. We won't see you. We can just hear you. You have to unmute yourself first, though. It's funny, I got to the end, a lot of people cleared out. That's fine. People are like, I don't want to be seen. Don't call on me. But yeah, talk to me. What you got, my friend? What's poking you, and what are we dealing with, Brandon?
It just feels like whatever you're talking about has come to the crossroads in my life that I've got to create something new and do something that I truly want to do for myself and create something that cannot be taken away from me because I feel like this is the second time in my life I've created something, that's worth a lot of money and then I never received the repercussions of it. Now it's happening again.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So you're looking at something that has not it didn't give you what it kind of promised you because all of the I kind of feel like almost every thing that someone brings out, right? They want to give us the promise and you delivered and now it's not.
Correct.
And I I would ask last I would say this couple things. I don't know if you were with us last week, but we went through some of the questions last week, and I'm going to go and it is on YouTube. But some of the questions in that we had actually I would say reveal some of those gifts. So I would say like inventory. Have you done your gift inventory, your talent inventory, so to speak?
Yeah, I kind of did my talent inventory with like Chat GPT, kind of like things that I like to do, things that I'm good at, and it did kind of come up with some things for sure.
Okay.
I just don't know which direction to go.
So let me ask you this. It's funny. One of the stories. It's like every single story I tell. On the Story Bringer. I always do it with our Treasure Bringer. I always do it with the purpose of like that it's applicable to this stuff. And like there is a story of uh of Walt Disney in there where they actually took his first creation from him.
Yeah,
And
the Mickey Mouse. Yeah,
well, yeah, they took Oswald the Lucky Rabbit from him. And but it's like there's an interesting thing along the way. He learned like these lessons on animation and business um and I would say to you, like what do you feel like, regardless of what they took from you or didn't give to you, what do you feel like you've learned from these businesses or whatever it is that you've built?
well, I learned to build trust with people that I talk to 100% probably.
So
Uh,
you learn the art of connection. That's a big one. What else?
how to run a business, P&Ls, profit and loss, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Uh,
What else?
I, I think I have a good connection on what people like uh, and what they need, finding out their needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Finding people's needs, what people like. I would say too, my experience of you, excuse me, excuse me. Whew. My experience of you is that you are someone that you're very likable, and you also make other people feel liked. That's probably just something you have always had all your life. Um, do you like business?
Not really.
What have you not liked about what you've done?
Um, so I don't like not being rewarded when you do something good. When you do something, does that make sense?
Okay, like not being paid.
Like underappreciated, maybe.
You don't appreciate. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I will say, by the way, like it's funny. I'm holding a rock in my hand. One of the things that I will say, um, we all have something that is kind of like our little rock that kind of covers things. And it's like when we can remove that need for that, it opens a lot of opportunity. Yours might be being appreciated. Mine is being smart. So like it's funny, like it may or may not be TMI. I didn't realize sometimes whenever I'm not feeling good about me, some of the things that I'll say, or like I'll leave a situation where there was an opportunity and who knows what was happening, but I'll leave it saying, "Oh, I'm so stupid." Like that's something that's happened before to me. And the reality is that I'm saying that is because somewhere deep inside to me, it's actually really important that I feel smart, that I seem smart.
Hmm.
Um, that probably goes all the way back to being a kid. And part of that has caused a gift, but also part of that has become a necessity when it shouldn't be. And my question to me is kind of like my question to you is, can you do something even though it doesn't seem smart? Would you be willing to do it if you didn't seem smart? And would you be willing to do something and go unappreciated? And that might be one of those things of like
Probably not.
the quit. There might be an element of quit to you or me that when we kind of get that little stone, that little trigger, that I don't know, I'm calling it a stone, just picked, that's what I picked up. But it's like that might be that little thing that kind of that causes us to quit when we probably shouldn't quit. Because one of the things we addressed at this was like, hey, here's when you quit. It's not enjoyable, it's not working, or it doesn't feel like you're calling. But sometimes we are trying to move on, but really what we want is we want to feel good, and what we want to feel good has to do more with like a emotional addiction than it does with truth. Um, I don't know why I went there with you, but anyway, so we have that. What did Chat GPT give you when you remixed it into that scenario?
Let me find it.
No, nope, nope. Do not find it. I don't care what it told you. Okay, never. I don't. For me, my pet peeve is when someone tells me what ChatGPT said, or like when they read it. I don't care about what it says. What do you remember about what it told you?
So it told me, like, what jobs should I be looking at? Is that what you're saying?
Did it give you opportunities or other ways to remix that?
Yes, it did.
What did it tell you
So
that you remember?
it said that I should teach children how to learn to be like outdoorsmen or something like that. Kind of was one of them.
Okay,
It also said like a charter captain or something like that. Like
it's funny
you
because
know,
I literally was thinking like the that's okay. Keep going.
and I think it also said um, like a tour guide or touring guides. Kind of, it was very educational. All of them. It seemed like, and then the other one was a tennis pro. So like coaching children and teaching them how to play tennis was
I would say
the gist of, like, all of them were teaching somebody to do something. It seemed like,
interesting. Well,
and mainly children.
okay. Did you like any? Which of those do you
I
like?
like them all.
Which one do you think would? Okay, so you like them all. All right. So now we look at then where do you feel like the opportunity is? So I'm going to give you an example of opportunity. Um, who got paid the most? The 1849 gold rush. Everyone goes to California to find gold. Very few found it. Who made the most money in the gold rush?
The guy selling water on the sidelines or
Yeah,
the bar.
water, or like we always say, the pickaxes and the shovels, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is if you can see where everyone's headed, that's where opportunity is. And by everyone, I don't like everyone in the whole world,
But what about your people? And maybe you do like kids, or maybe you do like the outdoorsman, or maybe you do like there's like certain people you like. And my question is there a place where these people are kind of funneling together and a certain need is not being met? Because if that's the case, now you have value that's unique and we can charge for it. Are there a lot of people in your area that need tennis lessons?
Probably not a lot though.
Okay. Are there a lot of people like there might be I would say YouTube and course creation opens up niches that are I call them niches. I don't know why niches like whatever niches. It opens up niches that you can explore more.
So
Uh,
this is the niche that I found that I think people might be going towards. So I have a feeling that schools are going away because of AI. Like less people are going to be sitting in an 8-hour school and they're going to be doing other things.
Tell me more.
It's going to be more of a hands-on school, like farming, learning how to plant, learning how to farm, learning how to camp, like all these extra activities that you can learn while you're learning math and reading. Because really, you don't need to learn math and reading because AI does it for you now.
Okay, I'm hearing you. It's there's I have some thoughts
So
about this.
almost like remember when we were kids and like some of those kids went sailing around the world for the whole year. You know what I mean? Like how awesome would that be instead of sitting in a class all day?
Okay, cool.
Like
So yes, there's like, do you think there are a lot of people in your area thinking this way?
I 100% I do.
Have you talked to any of them?
Yes, well, some of them are homeschooling their kids already. But
Interesting.
if we could come up with a homeschool
Okay,
school,
there we go. So here's the thing. Here's my question. I always feel like the one thing AI allows us to do, it's not the enemy. It allows us to get through things quicker. It basically, someone's like, well, yeah, but the stories it creates is just based on other creations. I'm like, yeah, but every story you and I create is based off of other stuff we've seen too. It just has a faster, wider scope. What I would say is, um, we need to look at 5 different ways you can remix that. Okay. Option one, is there anyone interested in AI school? You're going to put your kids into AI, but you want them to still have like physical, tangible experiences in the world? Maybe that. Do you want your kids to learn? Would you rather them learn outdoors or learn tennis? Maybe there's those 2 things. Um, find 5 or 6 different ways to recut and remix that. And then what I would say is like before you make it, there's no more build it and they will come stuff. Like it's like you need to find out if they'll show up and then you build it. So find out what people would be interested, find your people, be like Mr. Quiz, go find what they want and say, if I built it, would you pay for it? If I did this, would you pay for it? Or maybe there's a partner. Maybe you partner with someone who does the education part and runs the AI stuff, and then you do, you do the outdoor and all of those things. I think there's something there. Now, here's what I would say. I wouldn't. Are you still working what your are you still working in your career that you've had for a little while, or is that changing?
I mean, I'm working, but not. I
Is it
mean,
making money? Are you still making money that way?
they're trying not to let you
Hey, you're breaking up. I don't know if it's you or me.
barely,
Okay,
barely surviving right now.
you're barely surviving. Is there okay? So,
It's me.
well, I will say this: anything new, you're like I wouldn't count on money from. We'll just call it 4 months. Like imagine, like so, it's like whatever you do, you're doing this on the side. This is your side hustle, okay? But it might be the thing you put your heart into. But you need to find out, come up with 10 different ways you can mix it. From that, throw out the top 3 to 5 to the people you know, and from that, develop your one and go all in and become like the sales agent. And I would sell it before I developed it.
Got it. I agree with
This
that.
this is a fun one, and everything you've already done before, it could be like that Slumdog Millionaire moment where everything you've been learning has all led up to this. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Cool. What do you feel like is an affordable next step for you? What can you do next?
I think if I called like 3 or 4 people and just ran the idea by them to see what they thought. You know what I mean? If I'm just not crazy making this up,
I like that. Can you
would
do
they be interested in actually sending their kid to a school like that?
perfect? Can you
And
do
I would like it to where the parents can come. You know what I mean? It's hands on with everybody.
there's a lot of opportunity here. I think you are spotting a trend. We're gonna be talking this week with our oldest son, who's a senior, and I'm actually going to, I think, probably homeschool AI school him, and then put him under the tutelage of like a local master artist, and but it's like, and a musician. He's in the art and music, super smart, but AI, no teacher is going to teach him as good as AI, and no, and we'll start a business and run a business together. But that would be I would say, get to the place where you're survive, like at least survive, and then build this out of love. I would say it's easier to build this thing you love if you don't need it to succeed, if you don't need it to provide bread, and you're going to find eventually that it does. And
Transition.
but I would come up with different varieties or versions of it, you know, and kind of have like that sample menu a little bit, this or this, and come up with, get alone with yourself, think of like the different ways that could look, and then throw that out. Hey, if you ever did something like, hey, am I crazy, or what are you seeing this? Hey, if you did something like this, would it be this way, or this way? If I did something this way and I made it, we did it, I made it, would you pay for it? How much would that be worth? Go through all those questions and then say, finally, great. Hey, if I do, I'm really thinking hard on this. If I do this, do you want me to let you know? Can I put you on a waiting list? I'll let you know. And also, probably for you, you might want to ask if someone wants to partner with you in it as well, because I feel like there's might be another component to
Donnie, you want to partner with me?
that. Nice, nice. You know,
You already know how to do a school.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Um, find me later, Brandon. This has
I will.
been a fun conversation. Um,
Yeah.
go do you, my man. And but there's something here. There's always something. I always feel that, man. Like we are all in the image of God. There's always something talking to you. You feel like you're dying. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's that death that actually brings you to a place where you can see something new.
So what's just funny is, I did that on ChatGPT looking for the school, and then I got on Facebook and was scrolling, and someone's like, "Oh, this week camp that teaches you hunting, fishing, all that stuff," and it's actually my neighbor that I'm good friends with.
Well,
So,
even look, just a side note, just trends wise, I've been rucking, like where you wear those big weighted vests and you walk around.
yeah,
I've been doing that for the last couple months now, and there's this whole since the workplace has gone Zoom, there are so many people seeking community within groups that are like rucking, playing. Well, pickleball probably is where more money is, but maybe you could actually, like, if you want to go to the pickleballers and see if any of them want to get it. There might be people who want the tennis, and that could be a premium thing, especially if you're ranked or whatever. So there's all kinds of opportunities, and some of those exist in your area. Like I have a neighbor down the road, retired. He just buys an electric bike. He gets two or three or four of them, and then he puts himself on Airbnb saying, "Does anyone want a unique bike tour?" Guy makes a few $1,000s a month just hanging out with people, riding up and down the beach. He loves it.
what he'd be already doing anyway. Getting
He-
paid to do what he'd be doing.
So that's the point is there's opportunity all around you. And if you ever feel like you're down in the pits because of what someone took from you, go to the Treasure Bringer channel and watch Walt Disney and Oswald and let it encourage you. So, and
All right.
definitely get the subscribes and comments. All of that helps me to grow too. So, anyone else got something, Brandon? Thank you for bringing that, my friends.
All right. Thank you.
That makes every one of us better. I know I just improved a little bit just by being able to go through that with you. We're all in that process, right? If you're not becoming new, you're don't be the one that gets surprised when your job or your profession or whatever it is comes and just it claps you, takes you out. You're not even looking, but there's a tsunami wave that is it's there. Like, see the wave, ride the wave. Let's find, like we're not going to deny that something is happening. Listen, there's world events. I have no idea how these world events are going to play into the national economy and then our local economy and to my personal. I don't know. I know where I can impact and find opportunity, but every day that opportunity shifts just a tiny bit. And all it takes sometimes is for you to see that one little thing and take it and innovate and become something slightly newer, slightly better, but always stay different because different is better than better. So I don't see any more Qs in the Q&A queue. I will just say thanks for hanging, thanks for chilling. We love you.